Hey, this is ASpengler coming back for another army video. This week it is my Russian forces. Last week we had American forces, and before that we had the German. And as far as the last time I did my Soviet forces, there wasn't too much of a difference. The main improvement or difference from the last video is we have one new tank, the Su-76. So kind of the overview, there are 15 minifigures. I don't think I've added any. I may be missing one guy. He was a guy I won at World War Brick Minneapolis last year, so I don't think he's here right now, so we might be one shorter than the last video. As far as vehicles, we have vehicles and equipment. We have 5 things here. Again, the definite increase with the Su-76. And with that, go ahead and start it off by looking at the vehicles. Okay guys, the first vehicle that we will be looking at for my Russian forces is the KV-1. This model is a Brickmania from Brickmania instructions. I bought the Operation Barbarossa instruction booklet, and this was one of the building instructions that was included. I think it's a decently accurate replica of the KV-1. It is a little bit big, and I guess they could have gotten these ridges a little bit better. But as far as the turret looks pretty good. The chassis might be a little bit too big, but I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. It really captures the essence of the Soviet industry, I guess you'd call it. So there's the KV-1 Russian or Soviet heavy tank, or early heavy tank. IS-2 and other tanks like that were quite a bit better. Next tank is the T-34 75mm gun. This is also from the Operation Barbarossa instruction booklet. Just the basic T-34, pretty accurate to the actual thing in my opinion. Yeah, Soviet Union T-34, one of the most widely produced and successful tanks of World War II. So there's the T-34. Next, probably one of my favorite builds is my own custom Su-76. Like I said, this is probably one of my, I'd say it is my favorite build, my own custom tank so far. I think it's the most accurate I've gotten on a vehicle that I've made. And yeah, so the Su-76 Russian assault gun or anti-tank gun, it's one of their first successful assault guns or anti-tank guns, mobile anti-tank guns, but are tank destroyers. But one of the cool things about it, it also acted as mobile artillery, so I've got the gun that can raise and lower. So I thought that was a cool feature I added to it. So there's my Su-76. Again, this is probably the only addition to my Russian forces compared to the last Russian forces. So there is the Su-76. Next vehicle is the gas cargo truck. This also is from the Brickmania Operation Barbarossa instruction book. Pretty basic, just kind of a utility truck, transport. So that's the gas. And then finally we have just kind of a Soviet anti-tank gun slash artillery. I'm not really sure the technical name of it, but this also is from the Operation Barbarossa booklet. I think one of the cool features on it is you can adjust the elevation of the gun up, and you can put it up and down. So that's a cool thing about it. So you can have anti-tank mode and then artillery mode. So there's that. That's all 5 of the vehicles and then equipment. Now let's go ahead and get into the minifigures. Okay guys, coming back for the final bit. We have the 15 Russian or Soviet minifigures. I think the biggest improvement, well, there hasn't been an increase in minifigures from the last Russian forces update, but the quality, I guess, has gone up. There's no vest, brick arms vest for Russians, but there are the weapons. So if you look closely, you can see that I have these Mosins and PPSHs painted. So it adds quite a bit of detail to them and makes them look quite a bit better than just like if it was just the plain brown Mosin or plain gunmetal or black PPSH. So we'll go a little bit in detail and zoom in for you guys, show off the minifigures and the brick arms. And you can see I got like 4 of these overmolded DP28s. So I got, I think, yeah, 4 of these sprinkled around. So there's the DP28. Here's the painted scope Mosin you got. It just got the gunmetal over the brown. So there's that. Got my guys with the Ushankas. Got some dudes with the helmet. These guys have the newer. They're not super new, but they're newer than the. I had a few. I would just cut off the scope. Now Brick Arms sells the ones that don't have the scope. So there's the Mosins without the scope. It's got a little bit more detail on it, and like the rings and the loading area. So those are those dudes. They all have the same Mosin 6 there, the guy with the flag. Some more DP28s, and this guy's got the cool printed Soviet hammer sickle star on his Ushanka. And then lastly, we have the guys with the PPSHs. I thought these turned out pretty well. Real nice. I think they look quite a bit better than just if it was a plain gunmetal or black. It really makes it look more realistic and adds quite a bit to it, to your mock and your minifigures. So the only bad part about this is that once a minifigure holds it, it kind of scratches a little bit away on the grip or the handle where the the minifigure grabs the gun. So there's the PPSH in my Russian minifigures. Next week we'll have the Japanese. Last time I think I only had 5 Japanese soldiers, Japanese minifigures, and then 1 tank. So I don't have any more tanks. I still have 1 Japanese tank, but I think I'm like over 15 Japanese infantry. So Japanese army has definitely grown, so you'll see that one next time. If you guys like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.